his cleave generates heal, right? So like he's built around healing derived from damage, i.e., damage first. Um, so it's like sometimes you look at certain classes or certain heroes and you're like, yeah, they should be weighted against all strategists. And then sometimes you're like, okay, now I get it. Which is really honestly just more argument for the future that they need a fourth fucking role. Like we need a fourth role. And I even kind of have this fleshed out now. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and make a stream marker about this while I rant about this for 2 seconds. Because I wanted to post this content anyways, or at least come back to it. Um, because it is something I have been thinking about. Okay, there's the stream marker. Um, fuck, and now I'm stoned, so I can't remember what I was saying a second ago. Um, oh, when they weighted against other stuff. Fuck, where was my train of thought though? Well, shit. Now I added the stream marker for no reason. Oh yeah, the fourth role, the the fourth position. So what I would do if I was making a fourth role for this game is I would actually take the strategist name that already exists, and that would become the fourth role's name. And then healers would be recalled support. Since we as a community, call them support alts, you can just give those who act as a healer the name support since we're already using that vernacular. And then strategist would be the hybrids. And then I already even have an idea for the three, right as they currently stand, would need minor tweaks, right? Um, Captain America, Ultron, and Storm are already basically strategists under this new idea. Because all you would have to do for Cap is basically leave his kit exactly the same as it is, and maybe make it so that either healing received or damage blocked feed his alt slightly more. And I'm talking about like a 0.15 to point 2 fucking multiplier. I'm not talking about like a fucking 1.5 increase, like just enough that as he's doing his job, the ultimate accumulation is accumulating. Because it's either that, either tweak his coefficients slightly, or just lower the cost of his alt by like 200 to fit into this idea. Because we already treat Cap's alt like a support alt. We don't treat it like other tank alts. We treat it like a support alt anyways. So, oh, and maybe give him the next person to die revives or prevents the next lethal damage, one marker. And if not that, then 7% damage boost while you're standing in his assemble stuff. So it's overshield and whatever, right? And then Storm, you would just change it so that her wind storm thing becomes an aura. So she doesn't have to activate it for like 7 seconds. It just becomes an aura. So if you're inside of Storm's aura, that's 7% damage increase. Or is it 8%? It's like 7 or 8%. I think it's like 7.5. Or 6.5% movement speed. And she's toggling the auras back and forth. And when she toggles, that is the button activation. So the cooldown is so that she can't just juggle the two auras back and forth, right? You can't just make Mantis Aura by juggling those two abilities back and forth. Like, that becomes the activation swap over. And then her AoE that comes with the activation, that stays. And then maybe grants any damage dealt does over shield or something, right? So that she feels supporty, but she's not healing. She's giving momentum, but not heals, right? She's pushing the cart. She's not filling the cart up, right? She's not filling the cup. And And then Ultron, honestly, all you'd have to do with Ultron is leave him exactly as you have him now. Like, no changes needed. You already did to him what that would do, right? And then, like, maybe take 100 back off of the 200 increase you just gave him on his ult. Maybe. I don't know. It's not, like, that important to me, but I don't play Ultron, so, like, whatever. But that's the idea, right? Because the strategists, whether they are a DPS-leaning stratagem or a tank-leaning stratagem, right? Because, like, that would solve... They started giving us characters like that. That would solve a lot of the two-tank... Not having a two-tank meta problem. Boom, right off the bat. Like, now I don't need you to fucking necessarily queue another tank. Especially if they're going to be weird and stingy about fucking tank team-ups. Like, it's my understanding that the community hasn't had a tank team-up before Thor and Angela, which is... Cause it's, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's a 30-second fucking cooldown, so who fucking cares? Like, you're either using it to get out of a fight or to get in a fight, but that's it. Like, there's no neutral time to it. There's no other utility, so it's like, whatever. And the anchor bonus on fucking Angela, it just makes her passable as a fucking tank anyways. Just puts her in the fucking 600 tank range, which is, again, cause whatever. And so yeah, you make Captain America a strategist under the new understanding. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it because I know this is going on YouTube. The strategist in this case would be the new hybrid class, and support would be the healers, right? You also wouldn't necessarily. You could. There would be some flexibility in the builds. You could have three strategists. You know, now triple strat would be different because you could have a Captain America, a Storm, and a fucking Ultron. And then all you need now is a clearly defined DPS, a clearly defined support, and a clearly defined Vanguard. Does that for the meta. Or if you want to go something that looks like 1, 2, 3, now the 3, whether that's strategist in its current form or strategist in its under this new model form, like, becomes not as tedious, maybe? I don't know. It's just an idea. It's just an idea that I've been mulling around for a while, because otherwise the fucking triple support problem is never going to go away. As long as Thor doesn't have a place in the, like, community's eyes as whatever it is he's supposed to be doing. You know, is he a dive? Is he a brawl? Is he a fucking frontline? Like, you know, it'll settle that. It'll give it a little bit of a stepping stone and some stability. Not to mention, this is just spitballing an idea here, because it's possibly an eventuality, right? In this team game, it would fit better for strategist under this hypothetical, that version of strategist. It would make sense for that version of strategist to have a cooldown reduction buff as one of their cooldowns, right? Like, say we get somebody in the future who hits fucking right bumper on Xbox and can't hit that button again for 24 seconds, but he got all of the rest of us an 8-second cooldown reduction. Venom can dive twice. Venom could dive in, run back up a wall, cooldown reduction, dive again. Mag could double bubble. Like, if you time that right, if you bubbled beforehand going into the cooldown reduction and then bubbled again, right? Because you need to burn 4 seconds off for the 8 seconds to count, but, you know. Emma now only has a fucking 12-second cooldown on her diamond form. You know, because... What's her name? Clea? The fucking... The chick that was just in the end of the Doctor Strange movie. I think it's Clea, right? It's like Dormammu's daughter or whatever. When we eventually start getting more sorcerer style. Yeah, Like we've already used the Eye of Agamotto, so like other quote unquote time based stuff is either going to be another crowd control or it's going to be cooldown reduction. And when we get to that place, are you going to want strategists in their current form to get a cooldown reduction? Or are you going to want some fucking weird hybrid flex class to get that? It makes a lot more sense for that class to get that when that comes along. Then you have a healer that reduces every other healer's cooldowns. Shut the fuck up. Nightmare triple support. Actually, not even triple support. Just fucking. Now we're in quad support. No. No, fuck that. That sounds miserable. So, anyways, that's the end of my rant because I need to go get a water bottle and then we'll queue back up because we're gonna hit diamond today. I can feel it. Feel it in my bones.